que de faire? Good evening, everyone. It is me, the healthiest man in 40K, here to talk by the fire because above me is the entire meta crew who are all suffering the ill effects of a weekend of hanging out and having a good time. So I am going to, and weirdly enough, somehow I became the healthiest man in the stream crew. I'm the least sick after the weekend. I am all. But we had a great time. We went to Anna's over the weekend. The Anna crew, the Montague crew was fantastic to us. We had great food, great times. It was such a chill atmosphere. It was beautiful out this weekend, too. It was fantastic. I want to know how Corbulu did this weekend is what I want to know. So, but we had a great time. We had, Brenton took the overall. We had Randy and Brenton both went undefeated. I snuck in with some random games. Send me the link. Look at this guy. I'm going to talk about the meta. I'm going to talk about things, and there's 100% chance that I'm going to talk about orcs. Who's not sick? Kyle Treya. Kyle, you stayed in and probably wore a hazmat suit all weekend, so that's probably why you didn't get sick at all. So we had a great time. It was a great tournament. I cannot give enough props to Anna's crew up at Montague. We had such a good time. It was amazing. It was really nice. It was just chill. There was so much food. It was fantastic. It was a mound of food. Hot tub stream. Hot tub stream is. I'd have to go up to the third floor. I actually have my hot tub drained right now, so I have to put some water in it if I want to do that. So I had a good time. I played elves over the weekend. Oh, Lyle coming in with a super chat. Who? My hair looks nothing like that. Unless if you don't talk about how I won a trophy without Corbulu, then you saw. What did you win? I didn't realize what awards anyone got because as soon as we finished our game, Time literally black bagged us CIA style into the car and we drove away so he could watch WrestleMania with the American Nightmare and I don't know. They were trying to explain wrestling to me this weekend, but I don't know any of those guys. So like, I think Ray Den was fighting Jax in the finals. So, and that I think that's the main event. So, if you guys are looking for some fatalities, they were on last night. And I was in. I said that to start the show. Randy came in. Was you and Randy were both undefeated. I do know who Macho Man is, and I was going to dress up like him next weekend at the Jam Hammer team event. Oh yeah, it's a big deal. We had a great time. I have to give I'm giving props on that. It was a great tournament. Oh, Kenneth Ford won, but only because Corbulu stayed home. Yeah, that is for sure. Thank you for that super chat. We all know that Corbulu is by far the best Blood Angels character that is out there. Buy me a Corbulu and I'll show you how to go 0-5. I don't really know if that's much of a thing to yell out. But we had a great time. It was a good space. I loved the meta this weekend. We'll go over the Meta Monday stats, as usual, thanks to Joe. But it was just a really nice meta. I played a bunch of different armies all weekend against a bunch of different armies all weekend. And I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time at the tournament, just because the tournament was fantastic, but also playing against a different army every single game was really, really cool. I loved playing. I played my Goofy Elves, and I have to give shout out to Mark Perry and Sean Rice, who came up with an oddball Eldar list that I really enjoyed playing. It's a very skew list that I'm taking to teams. Oh, here's the thing. Middle fight until Tau and Orcs ruin it. You don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby, because all I'm saying is it's about time for Orcs to enter the scene, baby. There's my Orcs that I painted. Don't put that evil on me, because Orcs, Tau might be broken. Who knows? We'll see. I think Tau are going to be just fine, and Orcs are what's at. So I played Elves this weekend. I'm going to play them in the team tournament, and then I'm shoving Elves to the side. They're getting dumped out because the WOG is happening. Woo! It's time. I am ready. I am literally ready for the Orcs to come out and just put the boom on you, baby. Because those guys, just with the little we've seen so far, look like a fuckload. They're already fun, but they look like they're going to be even more fun. It's ridiculous. You don't put that evil. Look at me. I'm trying to be so positive about Orcs. Brandon coming in, trying to rain on my parade with the fact that Dirty Bad Rook and the boys are no more. Whew. I am letting Elves go. As soon as I have no loyalty. I've been excited to play Orcs this entire year. I thought the Codex was going to come out way earlier. I'm pumped to put some Orc. I think that Brandon and I were talking about this. I actually think you're going to see Horde Orc and Horde Tau out there winning tournaments. The crew detachment's legit, and it looks like that green tide detachment's going to be for real. You put Gaz in a big unit jumping out with +1 to wound and Pap the Strat for +3 strength. Whoo! Your wounded knight. If you've got a couple boys with claws on you, the claws will be wounded knights on a 2. So feels good. It is WOG time, baby. It is WOG time. I'm very pumped. The stuff we've seen so far, we got to see the rest of the Codex. I don't want to make a snap judgment. It may be thing. We spent a lot of time over the weekend really talking about the new Tau book and what we could put together. And what I really enjoy so far, and I hope it's the exact same way with the Orcs, is in the car over the weekend, we all came up with reasons why all 4 detachments in Tau were 100% playable, and we were arguing about which one's better. And I think that's even if the book's internal balance of the book seems really, really good, I think you can play all 4 lists, or I'm sorry, all 4 detachments and crush in a tournament. And I'm hoping that Orcs are the same way. I hope that we crush with Green Tide, we crush with Speed Freaks, crush with like a snake bite type detachment. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm super excited for Orcs, 100% excited. And I mean, there's also Custodes coming out, but that is a 1 on the dial. I'm spinal tapping this shit, turning it up to 11 on my excitement for Orcs. So we're doing stuff. We are really. I need to start over because I'm a princess. You know him? So, I know prisoners needs a body count. Hey, I'm gonna regen guys back. I might do that. That's the thing is I'm excited to just run Orcs, period. I really do hope they have my old man detachment, which I still think is snake bikes, because again, what makes me excited is saying, get off my lawn with a bunch of Orcs. I've literally asked you to come on multiple times. How are you not? Yeah, exactly. No one remembers Eldar? Yeah, I had one thing when we put up the stupid Guardians and like a Falcon or something. And I said that Eldar reveal didn't look that great. And I got crushed for it. Jesus. That'll be messed up on that Monday. The Data Slate coming at the same time as the Orc and the Custodes hit would be kind of sucky if it hit them also before they even get a game in. Whoo! Excited unicorns and dinosaurs and then Orcs. You're not wrong. I mean, 100% right on that, Eloise. And if you're not getting excited about unicorns, dinosaurs, and Orcs, man, what are you doing? What are you even doing with your life? Because I'm pumped about. I mean, the Orcs are fucking like, man. Orcs are fun, and I mean, the stuff they revealed so far has been boss mode. Uh, the fact that if you put Gaz in a big unit, his sweep attacks will be 11, possibly 12 if they give us +1 strength on the walk. Sisters of Silence stats, I have not heard that, but that would be hilarious. We could have so much horde. Literally, in just a matter of weeks, the meta could just be this massive horde meta, which I think is kind of hilarious. Because you go from all this super high toughness, all these tanks, raiders, and everything else, and then all of a sudden you just have like 250 models in every army. I'm actually afraid of the Tau army with Crude in front of it, because you can get like so many Crude bodies and then just have all of that Tau pew pew behind it. You might not be able to get out of your deployment zone for 3 turns while you're just getting bombed with sky rays, and seeker missiles are shooting at you from piranhas, and you got a couple riptides and other shit sitting back there. That's badass. Tesla go burr. Yeah, 100%. It's literally the name of the detachment. There you go. I haven't seen it. I haven't even looked at that one. I've been getting so excited. I've been so focused on making Tau lists, and then as soon as I saw the Orc stuff on Warhammer Community, I was so pumped. Oh Jesus, bro! God damn it! $1.99 super chat probability. You know what gets else people? You know what else gets people excited? Go blue. I can't go. Oh, does that look at the 11 minute of the stream? I mean, a lot of those builds are like that, KR, because like I think that you would have saw more AdMech Horde, except for AdMech costs like $1 million if you're gonna put it on the table. So, you know, I think that it's gonna be easier to field like an Orc Horde right away because most people just have those. Go greed. It will be. After playing out, so to get your question, so after playing Eldari, where would you rank them in solo? I don't know, because I played a pretty skew list. I played 3 units of Fire Dragons, 3 units of Reapers, and like 16 Bright Lances. So like my list is super skewed for teams. So it was a different feel, but we had multiple Eldar lists at the tournament, all doing pretty well, and you can play that army pretty in a lot of different ways, and I think you can match up Eldar to anything out there pretty much. So I still think that Eldar is a very top tier army. I don't think it's S tier, but I think it was just dominating for so long. But I still think it's Wu-Tang Eldar ain't nothing to fuck with. It's legit. Exactly. Brendan, all the Eldar lists were wildly different, and I think they had super play. Brendan and I played in the last game with 2 crazily different Eldar lists, and they both felt like they had their strengths. And it led to a real crazy tactical game. I really enjoy that. Eldar for me right now is where it should have been from the release. It was a trash fire army at the beginning, and everybody should have hated it being there. But I actually think that list is really fun now. There's a lot of different opportunities to play elves, and I know everybody's going to have elf hate out there, but there's a ton of way to play elves now. That are really fun, and I think they're all very powerful, but they're fairly balanced. You can really play against them, so it becomes actually your skills at the table actually count quite a bit with the new Eldar. I mean, I'm not going to play them anymore because orcs are coming out, so my elf love died as soon as the orcs showed up. I did what I did before orcs came to town, so it's nice. Legit AdMech build that is $1 point. I believe that, Anna. I mean, it's just crazy. Also, I was super sad after leaving your place and you had mountains of food, and my wife left over the weekend and I was also over, so I came home to a house that had just absolutely nothing yet, no food inside of it. I was like, oh, this is terrible. I did officially become Cordell's dad this week. It's on my score sheet also. I didn't change it all weekend. I put Brad and my son on my score sheet. What's we got here? I'm more excited about orcs. I think the Tau is going to have, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I think the Tau is going to have a huge impact right away I think orcs are probably going to spend a little bit of time finding their feet. I think that the horde list will be immediately good, and then I think you're going to find other lists find the perfect synergies with the other detachments. We're going to have to see the rest of the rules, but it usually takes a little bit of time for those to come in. I think that you're going to see some real powerful Tau lists right away. I mean, we've made great lists. They're all theory craft lists, of course. We made a ton of lists for everything, Kaya, Retaliation, and the Crew Detachment, and I think they're all 100% worthy excuse me, of being on the table and being competitive. These aren't just like, I did okay. I think these could be tournament winning lists. I mean, just putting a horde in front of you, think about it. I mean, just look at the orc rule for 5 up on the orcs. That means a huge bit of difference. You have the same shit with crew, and then you back it with a bunch of huge, powerful weapons. So, I mean, guiding people, the observer guide thing is just ridiculous. The Tau basic rule is the greater good is still just bonkersville. So I don't know why CSM are doing so bad, to be honest with you. I think people just aren't excited about them and that their codex is eventually going to come out. I think that people are bouncing. Like for my instance, like CSM is just an army that hasn't given me a lot of excitement. And I think once they became not the best army in the game, that a lot of people that were playing them just jumped away from them. So I think that's just a guess on that, but that kind of was what it feels like. You know what? I wish you would have sent some food on with me. It was a sad household with no food and no one here. Exactly. Carmona's like, CSM are doing bad because he hasn't been to tournaments. Crude party incoming. It's going to be a crude party and an orc rave. Write that down. That shit is happening. I'm excited for it. I do think that if you're making lists for the upcoming months, that you're going to have to put way more volume in your armies. I think you're going to see in excess of 150 models in a lot of armies. I mean, even when I'm putting together mock cause and stuff like that, I still have like a shit ton of crude, two plus units of breacher fish and stuff like that. There's just going to be bodies on the board. And I'm looking at those orc rules, and I think that for sure I want some big units jumping out of wagons and stuff. So I'm going to have 150 plus models in those armies too. So it's a big deal on that. And we coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. For more preview today, what do you think will be the way to play orcs, and why is it spamming grot tanks and a dread mob? Let me pull that up actually. I of course love the green, the mob mentality, but I really want to roll on, let's share this. Screw it. Give me a second. I know this isn't going to be sized properly, but work with a Brad. I got a window capture here. Give to Brad a second. Ping. Let's just look at this. Bigger shells for bigger gets. I mean, these are some cool ass rules, man. Hey, hello, how's it going, man? But I can get excited about that. They have so many ways to fight first, though. Gladiator Reaper stock, yeah, you couldn't get those before, anyways. But let's talk about the fact that just say adding 1 to wound and 1 to damage is pretty fucking badass with all these vehicles, and nothing feels more orky than straight up try that button, just rolling to see what bonus you get for the turn is fantastic. I just love this. And the ground vehicles, yeah, they can use the big shells. I love it. So, like, you're looking at the bigger shells is such a big deal. They'll be doing crazy amounts of damage with the grot tanks. I would max out. If you're looking for a shooty orc army, holy crap. I mean, I have to pour one out for Dirty Bad Rook and the boys. Unless he comes back, maybe that stupid sneak wasn't the thing. We haven't seen it. Wolf Chant was real. But I'm pumped about this. And I'm telling you right now, let's scroll back on here. Regen with Come On Lads, It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? You could steal an objective, get people back. Uh, you know, having people rock out here. Uh, everybody's eligible to fight thing. I don't need really that much room to get 20 guys in most of the time. But this +3 to strength, the ferocious show off, is a hell of an enhancement. +3 to your strength, you're like, what? That thing is the bear's unit, it has to be 10 or more. You add 3 to strength. That's crazy with it. But this mob mentality is nuts. I mean, 5-up invulns and rerolling ones. Okay, I'll take that. You mean the effect that you used to have for one turn in the WOG? Brad plays Orcs, best lore versus Orcs, so WOG. WOG! But I like this too. It also encourages you to play old school Orc style, which is big mobs of Orcs. There wasn't a reason to play these before. So I really think I like the way that they're pushing it. So I think this is going to be awesome. Also, it feels just better to put some big units out there if you have some more defense. Oh, 100%, brother. Gary, all of this Orc stuff fits the theme great. Yeah, that's what I like about it. It just feels very Orky. The stratagems feel very Orky. Much ice and cool melee. That is true. I do like my cool armies, though. I really enjoyed them. I'm excited for these Orcs. The Orcs 100% KR. They just look like they're going to be a fun army. I'm excited to see the other detachments, to be honest with you. So it's pretty awesome with that. So I think that there's going to be on that. Oh, it's 5++. It's legit. So, but I'm gonna see how it is, because I want to see how many people are gonna have the boys roll on that. Because they go boys unit for the mob mentality. So are we just gonna get Beast Nega boys and regular boys? Or are they gonna say anybody else's gets the boy keyword from any of the shooting units or anything like that? Gaz, yes, Gaz is better. Gaz is legit now, especially if you can put him with durable squads and squads that can actually hit real. It's going to be a big deal. And they did kill Trajan. His sweep attack is 100% better. I think his other attack's just the same. So, but I'm really jamming on these Orcs. Plus, you got Maz sitting over here. Or, a beast. Whatever. A boss and a Squigosaur. Beast, boss, Squigosaur, whatever. A dude rocking a big old stick and a dinosaur. That's what I like. Stuck with the weekend, everyone. I'm raging on about Orcs, which is awesome. But we should just talk about the meta. Because Necrons keep bouncing back. And they had a piss ton of games played with them this week. Is it going to be both? I think that you're going to see both, though, Anna. Because is it anybody with boys? Don't Beast Nega boys just have the keyword boys on it, too? That it feels like that would make more sense, because you could also take 20 mans of the Beast Nega boys. So I'm good with that. But we had a wild weekend. When I was looking at the recap this morning, I was just looking at it going, okay, GSC didn't have that many players, but again popped up with a big old win rate, even though they have a win rate for crap for 12 week, not crap, but it's lower, obviously, with a win. And Necron's just popping up, winning a bunch of tournaments over the weekend. 57% win rate with 414 games played. That's not like just a couple guys doing well on something. That's who. And Hypercrypt basically had a week off, and then they came back roaring, just winning. GSC busted. GSC's a hardcore army, by the way. If you know how to play GSC, it's terrifying to play against. They can do just shenanigans. Crowds need an adjustment. What is the adjustment, though? I mean, do you do a couple units? Are we talking points? Are we talking the mechanics? Because Canoptic Crypt and Hypercrypt are still winning, and they both win it wildly different ways. I mean, the difference between Hypercrypt and Canoptic Core are they're almost different armies, completely. They're so much different. So it's a big deal on that to see how you would fix this, because as with anything, if you try to and you do any manipulations on it, you can make a couple of these detachments just fall through the floor and just be terrible. So it's hard to touch this. I see the Catan. Well, anybody that does half damage and stuff like that, but do they get picked up if not? So it's a big deal on that, because we've seen people start to do better against Necrons, period. It's not like they were just super dominant, but they did have a good weekend. I mean, you got to remember last week, what we had 2 weeks of them doing meh. I mean, they're doing well over 12 weeks with the 55%, of course. So the army that I keep seeing doing better, like really weaving in here, is the Thousand Sons. And I think that this army is such a crazily hard army to play, because it has all of the damage in the world, but it has real trouble. It has no cardio, man. It's like if it starts losing pieces, it goes to shit. But this thing could crush you off the board. It is so powerful early on, and if you play it really, really well, but man, it's just hard to play. I mean, they're playing well over everything too, so it's a big deal in that. Eldari made another pop-up, won 2 tournaments at a 54. They're winning at 50%, so I literally like this win rate over the course of since the last 12 weeks. I think that they are where they should be. Eldar are very difficult to play, and they have multiple ways to play, so I like where Eldar are right now. I wish they were there the whole time. Sisters might be, as I said before, the most consistent win rate in the game right now. I hope they don't even touch Sisters. Don't mess with them. Definitely don't nerf them. And it's a big deal on that, because I think that they're winning really well for who's there. Custodes, I have not looked at half their stuff. I just saw what happened to Trajan. They're fine. I like them in team tournaments more, because you can really just boss people around. Leagues, League of Votann to me still needs just more units. I just don't know with them. It's one of those armies that seems to win really, really well until it meets the things that it doesn't win well against. And I know that sounds stupid, but like they crush a couple armies in tournaments and then just get rickrolled by something. And that's a big deal. I believe on that. I also think that when the Horde armies are going to be a lot different for them. Hello, Niggle Matt in the house. Doing things and or stuff. So, Blood Angels has a lot of different lists right now, and I actually really like a lot of them, because I love Death Company, and I love to see big units of Death Company causing havoc all over the place. So, just crushing going on things. I want to see that AdMac Horde list out there more, because I think that thing's legit, but it also costs like $1 billion to put on the board. Scutari cohort, I mean, you've just got so many models you could put out there. Go Corbulu. It is true. The Necrons are being popped up by a lot of the top players. We'll see what we do for that. I think Chaos Knights are a crazy spoiler army, because man, if you don't have the ability to deal with them, or you make a couple mistakes and let them hit you all at once instead of getting those good move blocks, that army can swamp you like crazy. Tau's doing fine right now, and I think Tau are gonna be crazily propped up. I still think that Demons are gonna make a pretty big comeback here. Because of the fact that I think the meta is going to change a decent amount, and played well, Demons are still a really nasty army. You can literally, again, slap down Bellicor at the beginning of the game. You can have a decent amount of anti-horde. You can just score points like a madman with these guys. I was a little surprised to see the Marine win rates over the weekend, because we had Black Templar were just winning at like 52, 53% every single weekend, and then they dipped down to 47% over the weekend, which I was really surprised at, because they've been really consistent. Every single week they've been 52, 53, 52, 53. And we had a decent amount of games played with them at $177. So I think that's probably just a weekend dip, because they've had so many weekends where they've just put up the exact same numbers, doing really well, just kicking it out. So, and I think that list still is going to be really fine. I do agree that you're going to see some Templar players putting some Reapers on their list if we start to see more and more hordes coming out, for sure. The Canoptic Court shooting list, it might actually, Joe. Metal Monday was the Canoptic Court shooting list will eat hordes, in my opinion. Yes and no, because you got to figure that if we're looking at armies that have like a 5-up invuln on their hordes, that does just chop 33% off the top. You know what I mean? Especially if they've got regen. The Crew detachment, for instance, will just bring full 20 mans back. You can just regen some guys with the orcs, of course, but I think that the orcs are going to come and they're going to hit really hard on them too, because orcs are something that can just get all over the Canoptic Court, and they will have a shit ton of OC. So that's a big thing on that. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these new matchups. I think the meta is about to get crazy, because we're going to be introducing Tau, and I think Tau by itself is going to have probably 3 wildly different armies, because I think that you're going to see the suit army like a retaliation. You're going to see like a more balanced list with Mont Ka and Kayan, and then you're going to see a heavy horde list with the Crew detachment, and that's just from one book. And then we've got orcs come out, of course. We're going to definitely see some horde there, but we might see all of the grot tanks, all of, anything that just goes big boom boom, so they can use the strats and the rules on that. So, and then you've got custodes, who are just crazily different armies than those, popping up with the new codex also. So I think we're going to see a huge shakeup. The meta is going to be a completely different landscape very, very soon, and I'm excited to see it. Now, I'm hoping that none of those particular armies becomes instantly problematic, because we do have a nice Goldilocks version here where we have a lot of armies winning at 50%, and it does feel like you can play pretty much anything at tournaments right now and have a chance to win. So I hope nothing becomes super busted right away, but I do love the fact that all these armies feel like they're going to be a lot different. Tesla's no IP, so they're saving up 5s anyways. True story. Alaris with it. I mean, Alaris gets to roll a shit ton of attacks, man. I'm on the Alaris train. Marines are still boring. You were definitely get off my lawn, Brandon. Tau and orcs are looking fun. You're playing Tau right now, anyways. They still probably look like this before they get nerfed. They're gonna get nerfed day 1. I don't know. I mean, I still think the Death Guard's better than their win rate. And that Dark Angels list, the double Storm Raven Dark Angels list, is so skewed, because that thing either just picks you up or it just loses by 1 billion. Because it has so little shit in it, but man, that thing has so much damage. With the triple Redemptor and the double Storm Raven, oh, that thing's wild. 20-inch move, we get a freaking Redemptor doing a backflip out of the freaking Storm Raven and landing. I'm assuming every time he lands, he's doing a superhero landing too. Probably the Black Widow landing. At least that's what's happening in my mind. Instead, you just see the model just standing there all stiff and doing nothing, but whatever. Woof and shred orcs through? Nah, because I'm going to hit him first. I'm going to drop bows on him. Retaliation cadre going to be too strong once Tom gets enough rust off to find the Taubaga. He was super psyched about retaliation. We were back and forth on it. We were on the car ride back. Tom was retaliation. Lyle was Mont Ka, and I was really leaning into either Kroot or Kayan for just either volume or horde. That's why I said I'm very excited for that. I'm not as excited as I am for the Orc book, but as far as tactical, I think that all 4 detachments for Tau just seem so strong. I think they're going to be they're going to be really good, definitely magical. So, but I think you can play. All of them seem like you could win if we had 4 GT wins from Tau and all 4 were different detachments. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think that all the detachments they did great internally with the Tau rules. Because I think, you look at like Marines and stuff, and I think that you got winners big winners, big losers. I think in Tau, they all seem like winners, to be honest. They did a great job with that. So it's you can really make a list that go. I'm excited to see more about the orc detachments because I really want to start putting stuff together right away. I hope they did. I hope that Tau and orcs are both on the same level as far as the ability, their detachment abilities, to be completely viable for each one tournament wise. How young indeed. Well, 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 nerds. I have my nerds one up here. This is the one I don't use as much. Do. I do have fire. I do enjoy sitting at the fireside. So, but I want it to be retaliation. What's a loser at Marines? Clearly not champions of Rust. That's a banger. What's that? What is the one we never even talk about anymore? What's the God? What is the one that no one's ever played? It's just terrible. I can't even remember now. Fireside is a great place to be, Matt. I love it. So you know what? For a second, we're not going to look at data. We're going back to the fireside because I want to talk. I want to have a relaxing talk with the community. No, the Dark Angels one doesn't suck as much as the other one. I don't think the Endless Siege Force is the worst. That's the one where you at least stay still. What's the stupid one? For the First Company. First Company is the worst one. That one is just terrible, terrible. Exactly. That's not even a real detachment. That's like a joke. That's like something that like happens after you lose a bet. And your friend's like, you got to take First Company to the next tournament. You're like, oh, come on, man. That's not a real thing. That's so bad. Oh. Actually, you know what? I want to know what's the worst detachment in the game right now. I don't care what the faction is. What is the worst detachment in the game? Any faction. Give me what your guys' thoughts are on what's the worst one, and then we'll go to the best one. So, I'm gonna. Is it for his First Company just the worst attachment in the game? I mean, it could be. To be honest, it's god awful. Oh, I forgot Crusher Stampede actually exists. But First Company's bad. First way of saying pre-legends. Champions of Rust. I mean, come on, Eddie. With Champions of Rust, as long as your characters do a whole bunch of different things, you get almost as good as Black Templars. Because it's dog water. Assimilation Swarm, I still think it's better than First Company. Oh, the Orc detachments, I hope, are super good. All Knob Boss. Oh, Bully Boys might also be something I could play. I mean, I love me some Horde, but man, if we get a all knobs and bosses, yeah. Ooh. I need the Beast Snagger one. Beast Snagger is what I want to play. Yeah, Champions of Rust does give you absolutely no rules to start the game. That's true. Champions of Rust is terrible. Is it worse than First Company? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. In theory, I do make a lot of Horde lists. I think that Hordes are a really competitive army. It's just that I'll die if I play them now. I used to play a lot of Hordes. I played Hordes for like 3 years in a row. Ugh, thinking about that. Rad Cohort? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Rad Cohort's so bad. And it basically, if you use your rule and don't just skip it, you could just time out. You're like, hey, I got to test for all your units, and it will probably do nothing. And I'm pretty sure I can't remember the exact rule for each of the roll for it, but I'm pretty sure you just guys get like a ice cream sundae or a high five or something. That's true. First Company has never seen anybody bring it. I mean, it's bad. You know what? I might put a poll up here. Give me a moment. The worst attachment. First Company, Brad Cohort, Champions of Russ. And what was the other one that's everybody's been putting in a lot? Assimilation. First Company. Oh, Crusher Stampede too. That's super shitty too. That's like absolutely nothing. There you go. Where's the poll? I don't even think you can play it. The First Company just has no like rules that exist. UFC Champions Rules could be played. It doesn't make them not bad, but like you do get some bonuses, but you have to like complete a bunch of shit. You literally have to go have your characters go through and complete a bunch of saga shit to get special rules. Or you could play Black Templars and start the game with those rules. Either or. So the Wolf players for sure. Oh my god. Using Rad Cohort against Sisters? Jesus. Dude, the Rad Cohort might be... Oh, that might be my vote. It's not even that it's the worst as far as the fact that it will do something. It's just you would spend so much time every turn doing your shitty rule for almost no benefit on the board. Well, that's true. It does have a couple nice strategies. You're not wrong, Matt. It's just that their special rule is so bad. I just only think that are time consuming that give me nothing. No, that's Brad Place show. Daniel in pajamas make fun of me on that. They call second place Brad Place because I always lose the tiebreakers. I'll try to win this weekend at the team event. I'll put you in second place. You'll be playing First Company and enjoying it. Man, I thought the First Company was going to win this by a mile. But man, there are a couple. I think you guys do forget how bad Crusher Stampede also is. Crusher Stampede definitely is legit on that list because it is bonkers nothing. I don't even think people play it. Where's Tiernan's win rate? Did anybody bring Crusher Stampede? Is that even a thing? Can I bring Crusher Stampede? Is that still legal? One bottle? I have to have way more than one bottle to come to the event with First Company because I need to forget that I'm playing First Company, and one bottle of wine won't even get me started on that. I played it once in a practice game, immediately converted my faith to Invasion full time. I can understand that. It's terrible. We fix my list with First Company. Ooh, somebody give me a First Company list, and I will do a fix my list on it. It does nothing. It is not even thematic. It's so bad. First Company plus Korbulu can't be beat. But it's just First Company and Korbulu just wrecking shop. I'm putting. You know what? We're taking a yellow card this weekend, Lyle. You're taking First Company plus Korbulu and your Blood Angels instead. Just call him, message him right now. Like, sorry guys, we're taking a yellow. We got to change our list. I'm pretty sure that if we put that up with the other teams, they'll be super cool about it too. Yeah, we're switching to First Company, guys. Like, yeah, you can definitely do that. You don't even need to take a card. We'll let you. So, I love it. Oh, First Company, man, Champions of Russ is keeping up with First Company. I'll talk to the TO directly on your behalf. I am actually looking forward to the tournament that Orks and Tau are both legal because I really want to put a team together and just have a billion models on the board for every single list. If we play a 5-man, what are the 5 best now? We could do an Ork horde, a Crude Potty horde. We can do obviously we could do Tyranids. It's 3. What are the other 2? What are the 2 other best horde armies right now? The Super Bowl's debate. Oh God, Brendan, I create a first company. You go with Champions of Rust. We both go to GT and lose in amazing glory. AdMac is actually a really good list. It's hard to get an AdMac list though because nobody wants to pay $1 billion for it. Guard Kazi spam, that could be two. You could back it up with indirect. I think that's my team then. AdMac spam, AdMac horde spam, guard Kazi spam. Blah. I already forgot. Tyranid, Endless Swarm, Orcs, and Crude Party Tau. So that could be awesome. Or the new Sisters of Silence. We got to drag Mike out. Mike could play Sisters of Silence. He's already got the army. AdMac Horde is good. It's just most people just don't have it. Eric's Crew, Nid's gone. AdMac Katara, yeah. I mean, those are all legit. I don't know if Templars totally get the Horde, though. $120 for 100 points prosecutors. Yeah, he's already got all of them. Mike again went full Sisters and went 3-3. I still don't understand how. I'll run this team in ATC. Oh, dude. I actually think this a list like a team like that. A team with a focused concept is actually difficult to beat like with that because there's just not a lot of teams that have the ability to take care of that many bodies. You're talking like 200 plus bodies on every single one of those lists. And a lot of them have regen, so it increases it higher. A lot of armies just don't have the ability to do shit about that. Just a troll? Who are we talking about? I missed on that. I mean, I don't even know how. I'm going to make a G. You know what? I'm going to do that this week. This week in one of the streams, I'll make a first company list. I will put that down. I'm dreading the fact that I'm saying this, but I'm going to put down a first company list and rock it out. Silvertide Crowns. You think you can put enough crowns on the board? I have no idea, Eloise. Mike it was a wizard in that tournament. I didn't think he could win a single game. It's a swarm. I think a swarm team would actually win. I think you'd win a lot of games. You'd win a lot of matches on the fact that like 2 or 3 of every team's list have no chance of winning against you. So I think that's a real thing. And vets with Inferno pistols. Not quite a horde, but if you get near them, they will shoot you a lot. Hey, Dad, here's your winnings. The first 3 digits of Mom's number. All of the things. You still think you can go 4-1 or 4-2 and a Sisters of Silence and a GT with a new book, maybe, but right now, hell no. Only Sisters. Hold on, everyone. I'm definitely not doing this because I just saw KR put it. I was definitely about to say it no matter what. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It does help a ton. Helps a huge amount with the metrics. Put a comment later on. Not only do we read them, but it also gives us more tracking and gets us put out. I don't know how the YouTube wizards work, but liking and subscribing helps a ton to get our videos out there and pushed up to everyone to see. Yeah, current Sisters of Silence, Brandon, I will take that bet all day long. That's crazy talk. You're a wild man if you think you're going 4-1. Like that thing. Please like that thing. But I'm pumped. You know what? I'm going to put this. All right, we're ending the poll. First company won. I'm doing one more poll before I crash and die. I do like the fact that I'm the least sick. Who will have most impact on the meta? Tau, Orcs, Custodes. Curious what everybody thinks on this. What book's going to have the most impact on the meta? I think it's going to be Tau. Well, I hold that in wait until I see the rest of the Ork detachments. But right now it feels that Tau just feels strong. Ooh, I mean, real strong. Bonkersville. I'm wondering what they're going to put out. We haven't seen anything really for Custodes, to be honest with you. So I haven't seen him looking at the line. Except Brenton is immune to everything. I have one white blood cell that looks like Rambo and just cruises around my body. Basically, I have Slime Arbo cruising around my body with my white blood cell. Trajan got beat up, yeah. I don't know what's going on. We got to get this. Why is my Discord not working on the thing? My Nightbot's not on. Tom's going to fix that. I'd like to see an uppy downy Custodes detachment for sure. Not even like hands down what I want to see with Custodes. You'll do better with Brad and Brenton with those shit detachments. Challenges. I bring some weird shit, dude. Tal's running away with it. Yeah, if they give me enough, though, the thing is that if you only get a little bit, Meta Monday, if they only give me just a smidge, I can't make a good prediction on that. And since I'm still getting fucking tomatoes thrown at me for saying that the Eldar reveal was bad until they showed everything else they got, and then I've been getting shit for the last, what are we, 10 months now? I'm getting yelled at. So, thoughts on Space Wolves, Stormlance? They need more stuff. I mean, the list is good, but also those huge bases are kind of an issue sometimes. They have the best strat in the game. It's that hands down. -1 to hit, -1 to wound is bonkersville. If bikes were actually good, the Stormlance attachment would be bonkers. Or if like anybody with a jump pack had somebody that could do any damage whatsoever. Heirloom weapons didn't exist. Give me back Thunderhammers on everybody. I love it. I still think you deserve that, Brad. Well, 100%, brother. Retaliation Cadre's fine, dude. You could win with that for sure. I just don't be dissing the Martys. I want hammers. I want hammers on people. Blood Angels actually can hit. The Blood Angels are one of the few people that have jump packs that can actually do some damage. Because Death Company's badass. UConn or Purdue? Ooh, that's a tough one. All I know is that in the girls, Caitlin's just a sniper. Holy shit. How do you guard that girl? She shoots from like half court. And I know half of you don't watch sports, but holy Jesus. I mean, also UConn. Tau. Yeah, Tau just running away. Iowa, yo. South Carolina's too good, though. I mean, she's, like I said, she's a sniper. South Carolina's got a bonkers team, dude. I mean, just bonkers. Like, everyone on that team's going pro. But, with that being said, we're going to end this. Oh, man. Everybody's thinking of Tau. True story. Team game. 100%. South Carolina's a better team. It was the entire year they showed that, and they stomped through the play. So it is what it is. On that, thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. I'm going to call it an easy night. Easy like Sunday morning. I will be on multiple times this week. I'll be branding this on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm going to pop on. I want to see what's revealed before I pop on tomorrow. I'm going to see how many lists we have on the Fix My List in the Discord. I'm either going to do that on Wednesday or I will do it on Thursday. And then I want to do a hobby focus on Thursday night and rock it out. So enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me, chilling out on the fire. You won't be on Wednesday. I'll be there. So, and then I'm going to the team tournament, Gemhammer team tournament in Dayton. A ton of us are going to be down there. We'll do Thursday then, Brandon. So do that. I'll put the events up tonight or tomorrow morning for the rest of the week. And then we're going to make sure that Brad talks about 40K Lorecast. Please go check it out. We're getting tons of downloads. It's awesome. I'm having such a great time doing everything. Head over to Montague, Michigan. Anna's shop is amazing. I definitely need a take-home basket next time to make sure I don't have an empty house of food. Until then, everybody, stay milky.